This is the morning edition of the Weather Xtreme video for Tuesday, the first day of May. James Spann here, and May 1 is going to feel more like June 1 today. We'll check out some of the Skycam shots around the Alpha Skycam network. Early this morning at the somewhat insane hour of 5 a.m., there's a look at the Fayette County Courthouse. Temperatures are mostly in the 60s and the sky is clear. Not too far from there's a look at downtown Haleyville in Winston County. And way down south, that's a Skycam in Mobile. There's Interstate 65 there off in the distance, and the sky is mostly fair. Upper ridging in place across the southeastern states. That's the reason it's so warm, and that's the reason it's so dry. That is deflecting these big rain producers well to the north and west. Check the radar this morning coming out of Fort Smith, Arkansas. Big storms up there. That's part of a MCS that dropped a tornado over North Oklahoma last night in a couple of spots, but things have calmed down. Severe weather not expected in Arkansas today, just some thunder, and of course those stay far away from us. Temperatures this morning are generally warming up around the nation, the cold air being scoured out, and hey, it's May. That's what happens this time of the year. There's a watch warning map, pretty quiet. Flash flood watches for parts of Missouri and some of the adjacent states. Convective outlooks, that looks like summer, doesn't it? Severe weather risk today way up north. Basically the same area tomorrow. And day 3, which is Thursday, same places up there. Des Moines, Chicago, Milwaukee, Detroit, Madison. Rain for the next 5 days, valid through Saturday evening at 7 o'clock. And this is printing out, about a tenth of an inch here. I don't think we get that much. Yes, there's no doubt we'll have a few little specks or showers on radar on a few days, but I'm afraid most folks are not going to get the rain that they really need. Rain deficiencies are over 4 inches in many areas now for the year. Let's look at modeling. This is the OZGFS, valid at 1 o'clock this afternoon. Flat ridge in place here. All the energy stays well to the north. But there could be enough moisture for a few widely spaced showers later today during the peak of the daytime heating process, all a matter of the strength of the ridge and the cap. But we'll mention a small chance. Highs 87 to 90. And like yesterday, you might see a spot or two hitting 91, very close to record levels. Tomorrow, that moisture plume comes up toward Mobile Bay. So for the Alabama Gulf Coast, there's a better chance of rain tomorrow. But up here, very unlikely. Highs in the upper 80s. Same deal Thursday, mostly dry. Mid to upper 80s Friday. And again, I say mostly dry. Every day, I guess there could be some little, item on the radar, but no big deal. Same thing on Friday with upper 80s. And Saturday as we start the weekend. The main difference here, the ridge kind of is all of a sudden reconfigured and is over Texas and Oklahoma. And we have this light northwest flow aloft on the eastern flank of that ridge. And sometimes little ripples can come down that and bring a surprise. We'll have to watch for that. But for now, we're just going to mention very warm, very humid, partly sunny, and a chance of isolated or widely scattered showers on Saturday. Of course, this is a race weekend at Talladega, and everybody's interested, but certainly no widespread rain. And really the same thing on Sunday. The chance of any one spot getting wet is only about 1 in 5. And let's see, the GFS is printing 86 on Saturday and 88 on Sunday. So we'll be well up in the 80s. And there's Monday of next week. Again, very calm with mid to upper 80s. But let's go out there a few more days. This is, this is Tuesday. I forgot we have to go one more day. This is Tuesday, May 8th, week from today. Big upper low over the Four Corners with ridging here, and that might be a severe weather setup for parts of the southern plains there in a week. Another storm chaser's delight. But now let's go out there 4 more days. This is May 12th. And this is showing this big upper trough developing over the eastern half of the nation. And yeah, that'll knock the heat down. Temperatures, if this is right, will get back to where they should be. Maybe even below that with highs in the 70s. Typically, we'd be around 80 this time of the year. But again, no severe weather, no big rains with that. And then on the 16th, the end of the forecast, westerlies really way north. A little minor wave could bring some showers, but Again, the good news, no severe weather, but the bad news, prospects for a big rain event not looking good here. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. Next video here by 3:30 or so today. Don't forget to catch us on the news, ABC 3340 on the live stream or on the television side at 4, 5, 6, and 10. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and God bless.
The first thing you've got to understand, you cannot rely on an outdoor siren. You cannot hear those inside a home, a building, a church. It won't work. You've got to get something inside your house. That's a weather radio or maybe a smartphone app. We work with a company that's developed a wonderful weather radio app for Android phones and iPhones. It knows where you are, and if you're in a tornado warning polygon, you get the warning. And if you're not, you don't. It's an effective device, and it's a great way to be sure you get the warning.